Welcome to the Motivation Without the Hype podcast with your host, Gez Perez. He's an author, high-performance coach, and motivational speaker. This show brings you inspiring messages and interviews to unleash your greatness in life and in business. So let's get started.
Hi everyone, welcome to Motivation Without the Hype podcast show. My name is Gez Perez, a former procrastinator into an action taker. We bring you inspirational messages and interviews, including motivational insights, tips, principles, and proven strategies that you can take action on without the hype and unleashing your greatness in life and in business. We appreciate you plugging in and spending time with us. And we have a very special guest, and I'm super grateful to have her on our show. Her name is Martha Mok. She guides women who may have similar experience as she did, being in an abusive marriage, bullied at school since the young age, and sexually molested by someone she trusted, to find themselves again, but not letting their past hold them back. She creates a super confident woman, love it, known as a super confidence coach. I love that as well. Motivational speaker, entrepreneur, multi-award winning international makeup artist and hairstylist and author. She has coached in the areas of life, business, self-worth, and relationships. Her specialty is empowering new coaches to run their profitable coaching business by giving a 4-step approach support from the beginning with the entrepreneur mindset, gaining the clarity to start their business, launching their program and strategies in social media management and lead generation to maintain their business. So guys, I am super happy and really super confident just by going through the bio. We have Martha. Martha, thank you so much for joining us today. And I'm super glad that you're also a local with me. So please tell us about yourself and what you do.
I love your introduction. I think everyone is like, woo woo, we're cheering for you there.
I'm ready.
It's amazing. No, I'm just so grateful to have this chance to come on your podcast here to share with your audience and connect. I am just like you, a lot of women out there, a partner, a daughter, a sister, and a woman who've been through a very colorful life. And if I can do it, I believe anyone else can. And by having someone to guide you using their own experience, just like yourself as well, it makes the process a lot more easier more effective to achieve the result as well. And that's what makes us coaches.
Wow. So how did you get started to becoming that super confident coach? By the way, guys, I love this title. So, I mean, like after the podcast show, you got to get connected with Martha. That title just speaks for itself.
Thank you. I have to say that even during the abusive marriage that I was in that for 19 years. The one thing that I'm truly grateful of was my career. I run multiple businesses. I'm an international makeup artist. I get to fly all over the world to actually share my knowledge. And from doing that, it gives me a sense of pride and confidence like no others. I'm used to be on stage. I'm used to be speaking, but no one knows what happened behind that entrepreneur shiny mask. No one knows about my story at home. No one knows that I cry every single night, being told that I was worthless every single day, no matter how hard I work to impress my partner at that time. So that was where I come from that confident building world. We all can be confident in something, but we will have a certain areas that we need to work on. I'm so grateful after all this transformation that I've been doing myself and meeting up my amazing partner. We transformed together to be a much better person. It was him, I have to thank to my partner Malcolm for giving me this title. It did take me 3 months to get used to it because I'm like, well, really? I know I'm confident, but I don't know if I should say myself super confident. But 3 months later, seeing myself in the confident self that I am, being able to smile from the core of my heart again, and that really is what confidence means. You don't have to be perfect to be confident.
Yeah, and like you've gone through a major journey. And it's really interesting to you mentioned yourself that you're a makeup artist and you make people beautiful from the outside, but yet there are certain challenges that you face from the inside. What made you flip the switch in finding your true purpose? How did you do that?
I believe that I always have this passion to make women feel beautiful. And being a makeup artist, we can do that because regardless of our age, our wrinkle on our skin, or whatever size or nationality we are beautiful just the way we are. And I love to empower that message and amplify that message out. And during the COVID time, thanks to COVID, that I have the opportunity to get in touch with the life coaching areas. And my partner is also a coach himself. He encouraged me to explore this area. So I'm so grateful to him to give me the encouragement and the support I need. And I've been doing it ever since. I started out as a confident coach for people, and then within 3 months of my business, because I was very great in making the sales and people been asking me to do business coaching, so I went into that part as well. So now I'm coaching people who have that heart, that passion, that story that they can use to inspire others to come and actually share and learn how to run a business. A lot of us that who have compassion and feelings inside of us, we like to run our business like a charity instead of an entrepreneur mindset. So from doing multiple businesses in my career, I have learned how to help them to get over that bridge of not being afraid to ask and don't have the imposter syndromes affecting their business performance. So that's where I come in, and that's why I love what I'm doing. And now the job that I'm doing is not about making people beautiful on the outside. I can help them to realize it's a reality that they are already beautiful inside.
Absolutely. I mean, there's a bit of a contrast between the both because girls or women, and I've also coached and done some like empowering events with ladies. But how do you get into that coaching mode where to have that self-worth and that self-acceptance, because sometimes they don't have that self-worth from within? How do you coach them through it to get their breakthrough?
I believe it's about the insecurity that we have as a woman inside. We always been told that we need to be quiet, shut up, and do not say things out loud. And being a woman myself, of being in silence for over 30 years, I have that passion in telling them, hey, it's okay to take that plunge. And you don't need to do a bungee jump when you're first getting out there and speaking your truth. You only need to do what I call a bunny step. Try a little thing, little bit here, little bit there, and then see how the response you were getting. I believe that when I was sharing my past for the first time in 30 years, I did my little step. I shared my abusive marriage first, and then the bullying. And the hardest thing for me to admit, being an Asian very traditional family, was the sexually molested part. It took me about another 3 months to be able to share it out now. So just like myself, I believe that everyone can have that opportunity as long as it's given to them, letting them, allowing themselves to say, hey, that is the past and I won't let that control me anymore. And we are all given the option to choose from being controlled by it or I am controlling it. So that's the main switch, that once a person decided to say, hey, enough is enough, I have enough of this belief system or BS, that I will not let it to control my life anymore. And I am here to help them step by step, holding their hands to guide them through their fear, and all the obstacle that it may come. And the truth is, once we take that bunny step, it gives us a lot more confidence and bravery to take the next steps. And without knowing it, we are sharing everything and gaining that vulnerability that we never had before. And that feeling of being in charge of our own emotion, that is the big winning.
So from your experience alone, and I really acknowledge you as well, to share your story. And, sometimes, particularly coaches, they like to just hide behind and not really be in a vulnerable state to say, hey, this is who I am. But you embraced of who you am. And that's why there's power of purpose inside of you. Now, there are different perspectives about confidence. What is confidence to you, and how do you use that for your personal success? How do you do that?
I believe that confidence in me is about being authentic, of who I am. If I don't like putting on my makeup on that day, I won't do it. It's fine. If I like wearing that dress, even that my bum looks a bit in that, I will still do that. It's just about having that authenticity of allowing yourself to be you and accepting you for who you are. Yes, we all got a few pounds that we want to lose. Yes, we all want to look like someone else of what they're having. But the most important thing is to realize that what we have was already enough. There's always improvement that we can do, but what we have is already enough.
Is there a certain pattern that you've seen through your coaching with your clients that have like a common denominator where, they really want to get confident, but there's a certain thing that's kind of holding them back? What would that be through your experience coaching, ladies or women in your network?
I believe the feeling of being worthy is a big one. They constantly feel like that they're not enough. They're not worthy of receiving the acknowledgement and the permission. I realized that once I teach them to give that permission to themselves, to allow themselves to make mistakes, to allow themselves to learn and be transformed, that is when they finally realize that they are worthy of all the success that they dream of. Like, when I was in my relationship, my last relationship, I never thought that I would be happy as the way I am now, because I feel like that I wasn't worthy. And when the beginning of my new relationship, even was talking about that very recently, I still don't see myself having a future. When I was in my last relationship, I said I do not want to live more than 60 years old because my life has been enough. I live enough and I've been through enough, and I'm happy at the age of 60s. And now that being with my partner, he have shown me a new way of finding myself a future that I wasn't even dare to dream of. I finally realized that I'm worthy of the happiness that I'm getting. So realizing that we are worthy and having that, giving myself that permission and say, hey, I'm allowed to be happy. It doesn't matter what happened in the past because I'm in control now. I can't go back to history to fix it, but what I can do is to make my current situation, the moment that I'm living in right now, to the way I want it to be. And that was the most empowering learning I found that I can share with all the women out there. It doesn't matter what happened to us in the past. Don't let that control you. We are completely in control of our brain, our emotion, and our feelings. We can actually be in control again, and I can show you how.
Wow. So like those who are listening right now, that they could be in a situation where, they're just exactly what you're saying right now. What are the tips or even like 3 steps that they can actually get started to really unpack and be on that self-discovery path? What would be a simpler way to get started? They might be stuck right now, but they want to making that, that next move and say, you know what, I want to give it a shot. How would you do that?
I will ask them to ask themselves 3 questions. The first question is, what have other people been telling you that you know is not real? You could be told that you are fat, your eyes is too small, you don't look good in something. So what do you know in there that is not real? List all of them out, because you are the only one who can tell you what is real and what is not. Our belief is only real to us. The second question that we need to ask is that, how long do I want to keep myself into not believe myself land? How long do I want to stay there? Last but not least is that when I'm going to stop this BS, you can call it belief system or bullshit, to when do I want to stop this bullshit and treat myself well and allow myself to be happy, because it's all in our control. Those 3 questions is what I constantly have to remind myself when I'm in an emotional situation. Just like recently I did a family photo shoot. When I was putting my makeup on, all of a sudden my hands started to shake. I have tears coming out of my eyes and say, who the hell am I to be so happy? I am so happy right now. I always want a family photo shoot and I don't have someone next to me to share that moment with. And now I have. who the hell am I to be so happy? So I asked myself those 3 questions, plus my partner said one thing, go and read your 5 books that you've written. And then I immediately got a smile back on myself. I'm like, yes, what BS am I telling myself? Isn't it time to stop my BS and start looking after me?
Yeah.
So that's the moment that I can completely get myself out again. I always said that emotion comes with, it's part of being human. So we all become emotional in a certain moment. But the fastest way to get out from an emotional state, because it's all about mind state that we're in, to get out of emotion, you only need to ask yourself a logical question. For example, if someone on the internet, like we all been hurt that we've been bullied by the social media or anything like that, ask yourself that question. Do they put food on your table? Do they clean your bathroom? Do they take the rubbish out? So if they don't, what does that matter to you?
Yeah, I love that.
So logical
so
question,
cool.
it really helps.
That's perspective as well. I love that. So I'm curious, what is a mind state? What is that?
Mind state is the emotional trap that we put ourselves in. When we talk about NLP, that all emotion is a mind state that we have ourselves in. When we're at a high vibration mind state, we see everything as an option. Just like for me, COVID, yay, I have time to clean my house. Whoa! Like other people may see it and say, oh my God, I'm without work. I have like, I don't know what I'm going to do. So my business actually completely shut down for 6 months because of the pandemic. So I was stressed. I was paying a lot of money in the rent, and I'm like, okay, what do I do? I can actually be in that mind state of negativity and no vibration and cry every single day and drill and eat ice cream in front of Netflix. It's a choice. So I rather choose and say, hey, I got time to clean my house. I go and actually declutter my house, declutter my brain, declutter everything, and get myself a new opportunity. I was like, my God, there's life coaching, something I haven't done before. Oh, I'm so excited to try something new. It's all about what mind state ourselves is, high vibration or low vibration. If you feel like that you don't know where you're at, ask yourself that question. Do I have an option? People will only get stuck in a mind state when they feel like they don't have an option. So when you have an option, everything's starting to change. It's like, oh, I really don't like to have, I really don't like this house that I'm living in right now. What is my option? What is the next option that you can do? And we always say, hey, but I tried this, just like losing weight, okay? For a female, losing weight, oh, I've tried all the tablets out there. I've tried every single keto, whatever you say. What else you haven't tried? That's the question to ask. It's not what I have tried that have failed, but what else I haven't tried. So that immediately gives you the option of more possibility and more things to try.
Wow. So with the options, you mentioned about some traps. What are the ABC mind traps that we experience?
I feel like that the ABC mind trap, I put it as awareness, which is the first thing. If we are aware of our situation, we can find solution for it. Most of the time when we get trapped in a mind state and an emotional state, it's because we don't know what happened. We are not aware of the real cause of it. We often say, hey, like for example, alcoholism. People look at people who have alcoholism is, oh yeah, they need to go to a particular counseling to get that alcohol out of the way. But the truth is under the iceberg. If you're thinking about it, it's not the tip of the iceberg. The real reason people fall into addiction, such as alcohol, is because of the loneliness, the dependence that they're missing, that sense of belonging that they're missing, that insecurity. So it's all those things there that is keeping them finding a substance to have that addiction in it. So when you can look deeper inside and realize that awareness of what is trapping you, the chance of you getting out is a lot bigger. And coming into belief, which is my number B. Belief, we often have this thinking that, oh, she may think that I'm doing something wrong. Oh, I create this story in my head that he doesn't love me. He doesn't like me anymore. He hasn't texted me in 2 hours. My God, he used to text me every 5 minutes. So we create all this story. We create a belief when someone else doesn't follow our instruction. Instead of thinking, I respect the other people's model of the world. And I have my own belief. They have my own belief. It doesn't have to match. It doesn't have to be the same. All we need to do is respect. From knowing that that blood boiling feeling can actually come down immediately. Like I used to say as a makeup artist, I really don't like that style of makeup. And I will have that feeling in my bloodstream. Like I'm boiling up because I really hate that makeup style. But once I realized that I need to respect the other people model of the world because their belief is what is good. I'm a service provider. All I need to do is give them what they're happy with. And we're all happy, simple, and I feel a lot more calm. So that's actually good. That's my tips. Last one but not least is confidence. We often feel like that we don't have the confidence to speak, to say, to be heard and express our opinion because we feel like that other people will be offended by it. Again, we create stories in our head to stop us from moving forward. You don't have to be perfect to have confidence. All we have to do is to do bunny steps, little bit by little bit, and starting to come out from our shell. And confidence are built up that way because confidence is not given. It's already inside of us. It's us that choose to express that or not.
So awareness, belief, and confidence. Now, you've written 2 ebooks at the moment. Can you just share just a little bit what those ebooks are that you've done recently?
The new ones that I got out, the last one that I did was for action is proof. I written that because my cat passed away for 16 years. She's been with me. I was going for grief and depression at that time. So I'm like, no, I can choose to cry in the bedroom and not do any work, or I can start taking small action, simple as cleaning the dishes, mopping the floor. And that will keep my body going and change my flow in myself. So action with proof was the second last one. The new one, a lot of people ask me about how to become confident. It's like, I look at you, I can feel that vibration coming into you. And I was like, you know what? There's actually a secret. There's actually a formula that you can use to increase confidence by yourself without any other people's help. All you have to do is follow the formula. So there you go. That's what the new latest book was, Super Confidence Success Formula. Follow it and you will get any dream that you want, because we have to understand there's no failure in what we're doing. It's only learning and feedback.
Feedback. Yes.
Yeah.
Actually, I posted that today. That's amazing. See, we're aligned. That's amazing. So I always ask this question to every podcast guest. And I said, what is your meaning of motivation without the hype? And how do you use motivation for your personal success?
If you want more motivation, you need to go and get an alarm clock. All you have to do is set certain times and your motivation will come. Motivation is not something that is, how should I say that? I feel like that for motivation, you only need to understand your why. You only need to understand why you're doing it and your motivation will come. Other than that, go and get an alarm clock, set a certain time. It's like, I need to go to the gym at 7 o'clock, set an alarm clock at 6:30 so you can get up on time. Simple as that. So real motivation for me is the why am I doing it? Why am I going to the gym? Because I want to live longer. For my kids, because it's not for my own health, for my own mental state. That's the reason. That's the motivation. That's the drive. So realize what your why is when you're doing something. Just like drinking water, you can choose to have water or Coke. Why are you drinking water? Because the why is I want to feel healthier. There you go. That's it. Simple as that. And that's your motivation to keep going.
I love it. Throughout this whole podcast episode, I've realized, and just catching through what you're saying and your language is, asking quality questions, you're going to get quality answers, and being logical and actually putting it out there and asking the why, you're going to get that breakthrough. And I love it. It's those questions they ask. And if you don't ask it, you're not going to get it, right? But I love it. It's not failure. It's only feedback to getting better. And I love it. I love the ABC. Guys, listen to this episode again and think about the awareness, think about the belief, as well as the confidence. So thank you so much, Martha. Guys, that was a jam-packed full of wisdom by Martha. It's just phenomenal, awesome. So for more information how you can get in touch with her and connect with her, look at our show notes on the provided links. She has 2 amazing ebooks that she just briefly mentioned, so please do get a copy. She's also offering a complimentary empowerment session valued at $300, absolutely at no cost at all. Guys, it is complimentary, so please do take that opportunity. And that is an awesome offer, and it's limited time only. So please be sure to follow her and subscribe to Martha as well. And all the links are provided there for you on those show notes. Now, if this episode has been helpful and uplifting, we would love for you to write a review to inspire more listeners to get plugged in. We will continue to provide high-value content in each and every episode. If you don't mind me sharing this podcast show on every social media by inviting others, it would mean the world to me. Every time you tag me, we will get the opportunity to share those posts, and together, I say it again, together, we can make a difference in the lives of others through inspirational episodes just like this. So there you have it. In closing, to unleash your greatness, tell yourself that I can, I will, and I must, and we'll see you on the next episode.